And we are recording. So, away we go then. This is the John Jacob Cup Online Quiz League semi-final between the Outsiders playing with a 25 handicap and the Park Exiles playing off 12. Park Exiles have won the toss and have elected to go first. So, seat 1A, Park Exiles, first question goes to Roderick. Roderick, your first question. What word follows bearded in the common name of lizards of the genus Pogona?
Dragon.
Dragon is correct. If I can ask John, just turn your camera off, please. Thank you.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah. 2 to Roderick. Next question. 1B goes to Stephen. What was the regnal name of the Persian king who commanded Persian forces during the battles of Thermopylae and Salamis during his failed attempt to conquer Greece? Regnal number not required.
Sixtus.
Say it again, please.
Sixtus.
Sixtus is incorrect. Team.
Is this Syrian, did you say? Assyrian?
Persian. Need an answer?
Darius.
No, it
Darius.
goes over.
Cameron.
Xerxes.
Xerxes is correct for 1. Who answered that? Was it Cameron?
I did, Cameron.
Sorry, I've got to press the next button. And 1 to Cameron. Back over to Matt. The novels The Bridge on the River Kwai and Planet of the Apes, both adapted into highly successful films, were written in the mid-20th century by which French author? Five seconds.
Martin.
Martin is incorrect. Goes to team.
Pierre Bouille.
Pierre Boulle is correct. Who said that, please?
Me. Me.
Gavin.
Brilliant, Gavin.
Yeah. 1 to Gavin.
Crikey, we've got a whole museum watching us now.
We're all at it. Next question. 2B goes to Dave. The stated ideology of the ruling Communist Party of China, said to be an adaptation of Marxist-Leninist principles for modern circumstances, is usually rendered in English as what precise 4-word term?
The Great Leap Forward.
It's not the Great Leap Forward. Goes to team.
So did you say 4-letter or 4-word?
4-word. Anything?
Anybody?
No, that's over then,
No.
please.
No. Okay. Roderick.
Is it the dictatorship of the proletariat?
It's not, I'm afraid. It is socialism with Chinese characteristics.
That's not very pithy.
It's a load of piss.
So that is an X. Cameron, your question, 3A. Since the series began in 2015, which actress has played the title role in the American TV series Supergirl? Her other roles include Marley Rose in Glee.
Jane Lynch.
It's not Jane Lynch, I'm afraid, team. Nothing. That's over.
Anybody got any ideas?
That's time, I'm afraid. That is Melissa Benoist. Next question goes to Stephen, 3B. Miniature versions of which chocolate bar containing peanuts, nougat, caramel, biscuits and puff rice were removed from standard Heroes boxes in the United Kingdom in 2007?
Picnic.
Picnic's correct for 2. Gavin, your question?
Yep.
Which traditional Christmas song, written in 1934 and recorded by numerous artists, opens with the words, "Sleigh bells ring, are you listening?"
Winter Wonderland.
Is correct. 2 for Gavin. Peter, your question for B. In the classic board game Trivial Pursuit, what category was represented by the yellow wedge?
History.
Is correct for 2. So that's the end of the round. Scores now 29 to the Outsiders and 18 to Park Exiles. Sorry about that. Round 2. Back to Roderick. 1A. Bruce Springsteen recently achieved the feat of topping the UK album charts in 5 different decades. What was the title of his 2020 album with which he achieved this? Five seconds. Team?
Songs from the COVID era.
It's not songs from the COVID era, unlucky. It goes over.
Is it Letter to the Nation?
It's not Letter to the Nation. It's actually called Letter to You, unlucky.
Oh, unlucky. Hit the post.
That's an X. Stephen, your question. Which sometimes controversial instant messaging service, popular amongst privacy enthusiasts, has a paper aeroplane as its logo? It is among the 10 most commonly used messenger services worldwide.
Snapchat. I know it's wrong.
Snapchat's incorrect. Goes to team.
Dave.
Instagram.
Not Instagram. It goes over.
Anybody? Cameron?
Signal.
It's not Signal. That's another X. It's Telegram.
Telegram.
Matt, your question. One of the highest grossing films of 2020 was an installment in the Bad Boys franchise. What 2 words followed Bad Boys in the title?
For life.
For life is correct for 2. Dave Ryan. Which American golfer won his 2nd career major at the 2020 Masters? Five seconds.
Kepka.
It's not Kepka, I'm afraid. Team.
Peter.
Johnson.
Johnson is correct. Dustin Johnson.
Well done.
Cameron, your question. Uh, 3A. Pi radians is equivalent to what angle in degrees?
90.
Is incorrect, I'm afraid. Team
180.
is the right answer. Stephen, your question. Because of his interest in ornithology, the American prison inmate Robert Stroud became popularly known by what three-word nickname?
Third man of Alcatraz.
Is correct for 2. Gavin. A famous painting by Michelangelo, located on the ceiling in the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican, shows which biblical figure holding out his finger to touch that of God?
Adam.
Adam is correct for 2.
I'm just recreating it here.
Peter, final question of this round. Which river, the longest on the island of Ireland and longer than any in Great Britain, flows 224 miles from County Cavan to its estuary at Limerick?
Shannon?
Shannon is correct for 2. End of that round. It's currently 34 to the Outsiders and 23 to the Park Exiles. Round 3, we are back to Roderick. 1A, Roderick. The late 90s Channel 4 series, The 11 O'Clock Show, is credited with boosting the TV career of which British comedy actor, who created and starred in The Office shortly afterwards?
Ricky Gervais.
Is correct for 2. Stephen. What natural substance fills in the blank in the name of this landmark in Los Angeles, California? La Brea blank pits.
Ha.
Tar is correct. 2. Matt, your question. Alongside 2 eponymous members, Jam Master Jay was a member of which hip-hop group from 1983 until his death in 2002?
Run DMC.
Is correct for 2. Dave Ryan. In 1789, which English naval officer made a successful 3,500-mile journey in an open boat after being set adrift from the HMS Bounty on which he had been captain?
Lie.
Well, is correct for 2. Cameron, your question. What is the title of the memoir by Barack Obama, which became a bestseller in 2020? Five seconds.
Fatherland.
It's not Fatherland, I'm afraid. Goes to team.
Anybody? Roderick?
Is it called The First Step?
It's not called The First Step. Goes over.
A Promised Land.
A Promised Land is the correct answer. So that goes to a 1 to Stephen. Stephen Clark, your question. 3B. Which player has been the Women's World Snooker Champion 12 times, including winning 10 titles in a row between 2005 and 2014?
Jones.
It's not Jones, I'm afraid. It goes to team.
Clark.
It's not. Clark goes over.
Fisher.
It's not Fisher. Correct answer is Rhiannon Evans. Rhiannon Evans. That is an X. I think she was the ex-wife of, if you know Mark Allen, the snooker player. He was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 4A, Gavin. What name from a Greek word meaning ash is given to solid fragmentary material ejected from a volcano during an eruption? The fragments are known as pyroclasts when airborne. Five seconds.
Pumice.
Pumice is incorrect. I'm afraid goes to team. Time over.
Anybody?
That's time again. It's
Right. No.
Tephra. T-E-P-H.
Tephra.
Tephra. That's another X. And Peter, your last question on this round. One of the 25 strongest brands worldwide, according to YouGov, which Japanese casual clothing retailer obtained its name when a letter C on the brand registration was misread as a Q. It has 15 stores in the UK. Five seconds.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Team.
And any guesses? Or any idea? Steve Clark.
Super dry.
It's not super dry. Goes over.
Cameron.
It's Uniqlo.
Uniqlo is correct. One.
Is that what you're wearing, Cameron?
No, I'm wearing a Durham University ski trip jumper today.
Not the top 25 brands.
No.
So end of that round. Outsiders are 39 and Park Exiles are on 28, which would make it, I'm just looking at the handicaps, that would make it 16-14 without any handicaps. So nothing being pulled back massively at the moment. Right, round 4. We are on to Roderick again. Which 1962 poem by Sylvia Plath, which concerns Plath's complex relationship with her father, contains the line, "Every woman adores a fascist"?
The bell jar.
It's not the bell jar, I'm afraid. Goes to team.
Matt.
Daddy.
Daddy is correct. Ones and that.
You bastard.
Stephen Neville, your question. Which Japanese city hosted the 1998 Winter Olympics?
Was it Kyoto?
It wasn't Kyoto. Goes to team.
Steve Clark.
Sapporo.
Sapporo's incorrect. It goes over, I'm afraid.
Roderick.
No, Matt.
And Matt.
Nagano.
Nagano is correct.
Sorry, guys.
All right. It's all right.
2A, Matt, your own question. Which chemical element is the most common fuel for nuclear power plants? The element is concentrated as yellow cake before being enriched with its radioactive 235 isotope.
Uranium.
Is correct for 2. Dave Ryan. 2B. The abbreviation AWOL, AWOL, originated in military terminology, was coming to common use. What does the letter A stand for in AWOL?
Absent.
Absent is correct. 3A, Cameron. The soundtrack for the 2005 film V for Vendetta recurrently features which concert overture by Tchaikovsky, written to commemorate Russia's successful repulsion of an invasion by Napoleon's army?
1812 overture.
1812 overture is correct too.
Finally.
Stephen Clark. Though the Basque Country is one of the smallest of Spain's autonomous communities, it contains one of the country's 10 largest cities by population. Which city is this?
Barcelona.
It's not Barcelona. It goes to the team.
Dave.
Bilbao.
It is Bilbao for 1. Gavin, your question. In 1942, which Hungarian-born British filmmaker became the first filmmaker to receive a knighthood? He directed and produced films such as The Private Life of Henry VIII.
Alexander Korda.
Alexander Korda is correct for 2. And Peter Hall, last question of this half. The British campaigner Emily Hobhouse is best known for her 1901 report exposing the dire conditions in concentration camps. In which country? The term concentration camp first came into common use as a description of these camps.
South Africa.
South Africa is correct for 2. So that is the end of the round, end of the half. Scores currently are 44 to the Outsiders and 36 to the Park Exiles. So that would be 19 to the Outsiders and it would be 24. So you've pulled back 5 at the halfway stage. We're all good to go for the second half. We don't need to any refreshments. We're all good.
Yeah, we've got our refreshments, I think.
This is it. Right. Question, where we're starting, swap orders. So we're starting in with Stephen. Stephen, what name, after an object they're said to resemble, is given to broad, gently sloping volcanoes as opposed to steeper conical volcanoes? Many Hawaiian volcanoes, including Mauna Loa, are of this type.
Can you repeat the question?
I'll leave an immediate answer. What name, after an object they're meant to resemble, is given to broad, gently sloping volcanoes as opposed to steeper conical volcanoes? Many Hawaiian volcanoes, including Mauna Loa, are of this type. Need an answer, please.
Crown.
No, I'm sorry, it was a team.
Peter.
Cinder cone.
It's not cinder cone, goes over.
Cameron.
Shield.
Shield volcanoes.
Shield.
Roderick, your question. One of the 25 strongest brands worldwide, according to YouGov. Which French sporting goods retailer is named after a sporting event? It has 44 stores in the UK.
French sporting goods.
French sporting goods retailer, yeah. 5 seconds.
Roland Garros.
It's not. That's team.
Matt.
Marathon.
It's not marathon. Goes over.
Dave.
Mondial.
It's not Mondial. It is
Athlon, isn't it?
decathlon. It is
Oh.
decathlon.
You said marathon. Matt.
Yeah.
Oh.
You lot are far too fashionable for me.
Dave Ryan, your question. Alongside the 2 eponymous members, DJ Spinderella was a member of which hip-hop group until she left the group in 2019? 5 seconds.
Black Eyed Peas? Then I
No,
don't know.
I'm afraid. Team?
Sort
Can
of.
I have a
Okay.
guess? Can I have
Go
a
on.
guess? Salt and
Yeah.
pepper.
Salt and pepper is correct.
Salt.
Oh, did
well
it say? I missed the start of the question. Did it say something about eponymous members?
Yes, it was. So Peter Hall for 1. Matt, your question. Which lake, the largest on the island of Ireland and considerably larger than any in Great Britain, borders all counties of Northern Ireland except County Fermanagh?
Loch Ness.
Loch Ness is correct. Stephen Clark, your question. What is the title of the memoir by Michelle Obama, which became a bestseller in 2018?
My Way.
It's Not My Way. Goes to team.
Becoming.
Becoming for 1 to Stephen. 3B, Cameron. One of the most famous inmates at Alcatraz was which Chicago gangster, nicknamed Scarface, who was in prison following his 1933 conviction for tax evasion?
Al Capone.
Al Capone is correct. Peter. The late 90s Channel 4 series, The 11 O'Clock Show, is credited with boosting the TV career of which British comedy actor, who created and starred in The Ali G Show shortly afterwards. His character Borat was featured in the latter.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Is correct for 2.
Oh, me. Of all people.
And Gavin. Which player has been the Women's World Darts Champion 10 times, including winning 7 titles in a row between 2001 and 2007? Five seconds.
Can never remember her name. No. What
Team.
team?
Not Suzuki, is it?
It's not Suzuki. It goes over.
Peter.
Ashton.
It's not. It is Trina Gulliver.
Oliver.
Sorry.
What was the name? Sorry, Dave, you cut out on my screen. Was it?
Trina Gulliver.
Oliver.
Gulliver.
She's had some travels.
Trouble indeed. So end of that round. We are on 48 to the Outsiders. Plays 41 to the Park Exiles. Round 6. We're back, Mr. Stephen Neville. A famous marble sculpture by Michelangelo, originally situated in the Palazzo Vecchio in Florence and now located in the Galleria dell'Accademia, shows which biblical character standing in the nude.
David.
It is David for 2.
Well, dragged out.
Yeah.
Roderick, your question. What natural substance fills in the blank in the name of this landmark in northwestern Utah? The Bonneville Blank Flats.
Salt.
Salt is correct for 2. Dave Ryan. One of the highest grossing films of 2020 was an installment in the Trolls franchise. What word followed Trolls in its title?
Adventure.
It's not, I'm afraid. It goes to team.
What did Dave say? Sorry.
Adventure, he said.
Oh no, it's World Tour.
World Tour is correct for 1.
Well done, Peter.
Some excellent trolls knowledge from Peter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does
you
a
know
lot
me
of-
too
Does
well.
a lot of
don't
that.
you? Yeah.
He went to see them in concert on their world tour.
Matt, your question. We're on 2B. Which search engine, popular amongst privacy enthusiasts, has an animal wearing a green bow tie as its logo? It's among the 10 most commonly used search engines worldwide.
DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo is correct too. Stephen Clark. What is the value of the cosine of pi radians or 180 degrees?
Ten.
It's not 10, I'm afraid. Goes to team.
Dave.
Is it -1?
-1 is exactly right.
Well done, Dave.
Cameron, 3B. Which American golfer won his first major championship at the 2020 US Open? Five seconds.
No,
Team.
it's not coming.
The Shambo.
Bryson DeChambeau. That you, Gavin, yeah?
Yeah.
And last question on this round goes to Peter.
Hmm?
In
No.
19...
Sorry, I thought we were going first.
Oh, that's right. No, yeah, sorry. I
thought I'd fallen asleep for a minute there.
I should calm down and read the questions in the order that have been given. Not that Peter's going to like this any better.
Is this me?
Yes, this is you, Peter.
Is this me?
It is.
Thank you. I don't like it.
4A, Peter. Kylie Minogue recently achieved the feat of topping the UK album charts in 5 different decades. What was the title of her 2020 album with which she achieved this? Five seconds.
No, sorry.
Team.
I think it's called Disco.
It is called Disco.
Oh, well done, Steve.
DISCO. Last question on this round is for Gavin, really. 4B. In 1916, which Anglo-Irish explorer made a successful 800-mile journey in an open boat in order to seek rescue for the stranded party of the Imperial Transantarctic Expedition, which he led? He was voted the 11th greatest Briton of all time in a 2002 BBC poll.
Sir Ernest Shackleton.
Shackleton is correct. That made the high seat chairs and everything. End of round number 6. Outsiders are on 53. Park Exiles are on 48. Right. Stephen, we are back with you. The soundtrack for the 2005 film V for Vendetta prominently features the first movement of which concert work by Beethoven. It is noted that in the film that the famous 4-note opening phrase resembles the Morse code for the letter V. Five seconds.
What type of work was it? What type of work?
Concert work. It just says concert work. Need an answer, please.
Okay, the Eroica.
It's not, I'm afraid. It goes to team.
Dave.
Beethoven's 5th.
Beethoven's 5th is correct. Roderick, your question. The main historical source concerning Xerxes' invasion of Greece is a work known in English as Histories, written in around 430 BC by which ancient Greek historian. He's often regarded as the father of history.
Herodotus.
Herodotus is correct for 2.
Done.
Dave Ryan. What measure, defined as the average time taken for 50% of the nuclei in a sample to decay, is typically used to quantify the activity of radioactive materials?
Half-life.
Half-life is correct for 2. Matt, 2B. In the classic board game Trivial Pursuit, what category was represented by the pink wedge?
Entertainment.
Is correct. Steve Clark, 3A. In the first series of the American TV series Batwoman, starting in 2019, which actress is played the title role? Her other roles include Stella Carlin in Orange is the New Black.
I'll try Jones again.
It's not Jones, I'm afraid. Goes to team.
Kane.
Not
Got
Kane,
it.
I'm
Oh,
afraid.
not the-
It's all right. Too late.
Too late. Goes over, I'm afraid.
Cameron? No.
Nothing. It is. Do you want to tell us now then?
Is it Rose?
It's Ruby Rose, it is.
Ruby
Unfortunately.
Rose.
That is an X.
Too late.
Cameron, your question. The policy of the Communist Party of China regarding the governance of Hong Kong and Macau, under which they are permitted to operate autonomously and under different principles to the mainland, is usually rendered in English as what precise 4-word phrase? Five seconds. Team.
One country, two systems,
One country, two systems is correct for Gavin for 1.
Well done.
but no more in Hong Kong.
Yeah, exactly. 4A, Peter. The novel The Phantom of the Opera, later adapted into a highly successful stage musical, was written in the early 20th century by which French author?
Is it LaRue?
Gaston Leroux is correct for 2. And Gavin, your question, last one this round. Miniature versions of which chocolate bar containing hazelnuts, caramel and nougat were removed from standard celebrations boxes in the United Kingdom in 2006.
There you go. Wish I knew.
5 seconds.
Feast.
It's not a feast, I'm afraid. Goes to team.
Ah.
Topic.
Topic is correct for 1.
Hazelnut in every bite.
End of that round. So that was 6 to Park Exiles, making 54, and 5 to Outsiders, making 58. 4-point lead as we go into the final round. Net scores will be 42-33, by the way. Round 8, starting with Stephen. In 1952, which British filmmaker became the second filmmaker to receive a knighthood? He directed films including Odd Man Out and The Fallen Idol, and would later win the Academy Award for Best Director.
David Lean.
It's not David Lean, I'm afraid. Goes to team.
Anybody? Peter.
Carol Reed.
Carol Reed's correct for 1.
Well done.
Roderick, your question. Which then Yugoslavian city hosted the 1984 Winter Olympics?
Sarajevo.
Sarajevo's correct too. Dave Ryan. Which 1971 poem by Philip Larkin, which concerns the relationship between parents and children, opens with the famously blunt line about what your mum and dad do to you? Five seconds.
It's not called the thing you. No, now I don't know.
It's called
Team.
This Be the
Peter.
Verse.
This be the verse is correct.
This Be the Verse.
Yeah, not the first line, but didn't know the name.
2B, Matt. The British suffragette Sylvia Pankhurst received a full state funeral in which country, where she was a prominent anti-fascist and anti-occupation activist for much of her life. Her son Richard was a preeminent scholar on the history of this country, including the Great Oromo migrations.
Kenya.
It's not Kenya, goes to team.
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia's correct for 1. Um, 3A, Stephen Clark. Which traditional Christmas song, written in 1934 and recorded by numerous artists, opens with the words, "You better watch out, you better not cry"?
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Is correct. 2. Cameron, your question. The military abbreviation MIA has come into common use, whereas a similar meaning to the abbreviation AWOL. What does the A stand for in MIA?
Action.
Say again, please.
Action.
Action is correct. 2 questions to go. I'll give you scores. It's currently Outsiders 62, Park Exiles 59. Peter, your question. The Komodo dragon belongs to a genus of lizards commonly known by what name? Possibly a reference to their behaviour of standing upright and looking around. Five seconds.
Monitor.
Monitor is correct for 1. It's correct for 2, sorry.
Oh,
And final question. 4B. Though Liguria is one of the smallest of Italy's regions, it contains one of the country's 10 largest cities by population. What city is this?
Genoa.
Genoa is correct for 2. Right. Final score, ladies and gents. Or just gents by the looks of it.
well, yeah. Ladies watching.
Ladies watching, hello there. Outsiders 64, Park Exiles 61.
Well done, guys.
Outsiders
Thank
made
you,
their
well
way
done.
to the final.
Well done, PE. You ran us
Well done,
back
everyone.
too
Well
close
done,
for
guys.
comfort. I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
We didn't have enough of a handicap for me.
If you want,
I think the handicapper got it about right, didn't they?
it's not far off. If you want your individual scores,
Yeah.
individually,
Good luck for next
Oh
season.
yeah, well
Good
done,
luck
Persian.
Good luck for next season.
do you want your scores, or are you just waiting to?
Yes, please. Yeah, yeah.
Those I'll win in a minute.
Stephen 7-2, Dave 9-3, Stephen Clark 6-3, Peter with 17-6, Roderick 10-5, Matt 16-6, Cameron 9-3, and Gavin 14-5. See you all back in the main room. I'll just stop
Yeah.
recording.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.